Do you want to have the ultimate control over your life? Welcome to Take Control with Whitney Wells, where we will explore all topics of life that we try and control, what this creates for you, and how to have successful relationships all while empowering yourself. Keep listening and let's have some fun. Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Take Control with Whitney Wells. So before I get started, I just want to mention that I have a new program out. It's called the Relationship Makeover Program. If you are struggling or suffering in any relationship, this can be so beneficial for you. It's a 10-week program. It's a one-on-one coaching with me, and it will transform your relationship. It will take it to that next level, that higher level. So if you're interested, head over to whitneywellscoaching.com, go to the Work With Me page, and you can claim your spot today. There are limited spots, so if you are interested at all, I highly recommend it. Heading over there soon and reserving your spot. All right, so today we're going to talk about how to stop arguing with your partner. Now, the fact that you're here means that you care, and that's definitely the first step. Caring, wanting to have a different result, wanting to not argue. It's definitely the first step. I also want to mention that nothing is wrong with you for having those arguments. Nothing is wrong with your relationship, but you can have more control over this. You can absolutely take control of this. So we're going to go over why you're arguing, what's causing it, and then we're going to go over how to approach it differently. Now, we often argue because we believe that we are right about something and the other person is wrong, right? So think back to an argument. You're believing you're right about it, they're wrong, you're arguing. We've all been there. So let's take an example, a scenario of an argument. Let's say you have an argument with your partner about household chores. You think you are right and they are wrong. And they think they are wrong, that you are wrong, and they are right. Right? So you're not seeing eye to eye on this. You're wanting him or her to behave differently, and they are wanting you to behave differently. So you might have a thought, I am right and they are wrong. He or she should, he or she shouldn't. And then from those thoughts, you'll have that feeling of maybe frustration, annoyed, angry, upset. And when you're feeling that frustration, when you act on that feeling, you have the argument. So that's where it's coming from. It's coming from acting on that frustrated, that annoyed, that angry, that upset feeling. You're acting on it. You're reacting to your feeling, and you have the argument with your partner. So your thought of he or she should, he or she shouldn't, I am right and he or she is wrong leads to your feeling of frustrated, annoyed, angry, upset. And then you act on it. You're reacting to that feeling and you have that argument. When you argue with your partner, when feeling one of these feelings, you are reacting to that emotion. But you don't have to. You have the power over how you want to handle your emotions. This is completely within your control. You have options when it comes to your emotions. They aren't just happening to you. You're not just, something isn't in control of your body and you're reacting to it. You have options. This is the best news. So you have a feeling and you can either react, resist, avoid, or allow that emotion. When you react to it, this is when you argue with your partner. This is when you have that fight, that argument with your partner, when you're reacting to that emotion. When you resist or avoid it, you're holding that emotion down. You're not processing it. You're not letting yourself feel that feeling. So imagine holding a beach ball underwater. You're holding it down. This ball is like your emotion. You're trying to keep it under the water, and it's becoming harder and harder to keep it under. You are resisting or avoiding that emotion, that beach ball. And it eventually comes up. That emotion eventually will come up with force and stronger. If you want to stop arguing with your partner, allowing your emotion, processing it all the way through, and leaning into that feeling is the key. Feeling that vibration in your body. So a feeling is just a vibration. And if you allow yourself to feel that vibration instead of avoiding it, resisting it, or reacting to it, which would be in the form of an argument, you're able to have control. So I suggest allowing this feeling. Allow the feeling of frustration, of annoyance, of feeling angry or upset. So instead of it leading to an argument, you choose to feel the feeling instead. And then from there, from feeling that feeling, sitting with it, allowing it, instead of reacting to it, you can ask yourself questions. You can give your mind a different possibility, a different avenue to go down. Such as, is it possible that no one is right or wrong? Or are you both right and wrong? Could it be? How could you be wrong about your thought? So if you have the thought, he or she should behave in this way. And then you ask yourself, how could I be wrong about this thought? We know your partner shouldn't behave differently because he or she didn't behave differently. It's just as simple as that. Why might your partner think they are right about this? Why might they think they're right? Looking at it from a different perspective. And how are we both just being human? So when we look at it from a different angle, this may give you some compassion, both for yourself and the other person. You have the power over your thoughts and your feelings. But it's important to remember that you don't have control over other people. So if someone is behaving in a different way than you would have liked, thinking they should behave differently will just create suffering for yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't request things of your partner, but just know you don't have control over whether they do that thing or don't do that thing. Knowing that your power lies with your thoughts and your feelings, and not in getting them to do the thing or not do the thing, is the key part of this. That's where you can take your control back, your power back. So you both have your own values. You both have your own wants. Or maybe you have your own requests of the other person. And yes, I always suggest to meet your own needs, your own wants, your own requests when they are yours to meet. But you can incorporate figuring out a solution together. You are in a relationship together. This would require, and I highly suggest, approaching this conversation with love and compassion and understanding, instead of frustration, resentment, annoyance, upset, whatever negative feeling, which would probably lead to an argument. When you approach with compassion and understanding and love, this would probably lead to talking it out to create that solution together. So let's look at this from after an argument. Let's see how you can start from there. Now, the main thing to remember when I go through this is compassion. Keep that in the forefront of your mind. So let's say you have an argument and you have negative self-talk after this argument. such as, I didn't show up how I wanted, that didn't go as planned, I wish we didn't argue, I should have been more in control of my feelings, I'm mad at myself for saying that. This is you beating yourself up. This is you putting yourself down. This is you judging yourself with your thoughts. You cannot change from this negativity. You cannot take positive actions from these negative feelings and these negative thoughts. And when you're thinking and feeling in this negative way, you will be more prone to yell or argue again and react and release that negative emotion. You'll be reacting to the feeling instead of allowing it. You'll be arguing instead of processing your emotions and your feelings. But when you can talk kindly to yourself, such as, what's going on? I got you. We can handle this. I love myself no matter what I said or did. I am human. You can control your reaction from this point. You can give yourself that compassion to feel emotions and not react to them, not have that argument with your partner. So if you start from after the argument, instead of the mean thoughts, tell yourself loving and compassionate thoughts. You will be able to treat the other person with this love and compassion as well. It's so much easier to treat others with love and compassion and understanding when you can treat yourself that way first. And then during an argument, you will be able to allow your feelings and show up with this love instead of with this frustration or upset or anger. For instance, when you have that self-love for yourself, you can show up in a conversation with your partner with that love as well. So let's recap it all. To stop arguing with your partner, have love for yourself. Your relationship with you is the foundation for all your relationships. How you treat yourself will come out in how you treat others. You'll be able to treat others in this way when you have that love for yourself. If you have a thought that leads to a negative feeling, you can process and allow your feelings and not react to them. This is completely an option for you if you want to avoid and stop arguing with your partner. You can process and allow that feeling instead of reacting, resisting, and avoiding. Question your thoughts. Question your thoughts and possibly see from a different perspective to open up room for compassion and love. Then you are ready to approach a conversation to find a solution together when you're coming from that compassion and love. And always remember, how your partner reacts is out of your control. But when you have that love for yourself and everyone involved, you'll show up in that way. You'll show up and experience that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day. I'll see you next time. Do you want to explore these topics further? Are you ready to live the life that you want to live on purpose while controlling what you have control over? I would love to be your life coach. If you're interested, simply head over to whitneywellscoaching.com and book an appointment with me today. I can't wait to work with you.